Welcome, traveler, to the Beautiful Sunday podcast, with special thanks to the Society of BS, where every tale hides a secret, every whisper leads to wonder, and nothing ever is quite what it seems.
Each week, we gather around to share the strange, the spooky, and the stories that refuse to stay buried.
I never know what you're about to tell me, and I always regret finding out.
Good, then you've come to the right place.
This week, we gather around the fire for a segment we like to call Campfire Bites.
Take a seat on the log and grab your blanket while we listen to the crackle of the fire under a sky full of stars. Let us tell you a tale in this episode we call File 9, What Gets My Goat, El Chupacabra.
Ooh, that Chupacabra.
That Chupacabra.
Many scared nights.
Well, let's begin. There is something in the air in Ponce, Puerto Rico. As the sun reaches over the horizon on a new day, Angela Lajes stretches and gets out of bed to start her day. She starts her daily chores as normal, going through her routine, just another day. Her next task is to feed the dog. She gets a bowl, grabs a scoop, and reaches into the kibble. She knows her dog can hear this part and will be waiting anxiously right outside the door. That's when her sister walks in and asks, "Have you seen the cats?" Angela shakes her head and tells her she'll help her look after she feeds the dogs. Angela opens the door to the yard, expecting to see her excited dog waiting for her, but he's not there. She calls out to him. No response. She sets out and scores the yard trying to find him. That's when she sees it, and the food bowl clanks to the ground. Not only does she find her dog, but she also finds her sister's 2 cats. They're gone, color drained, organs splayed out. She knew instantly what did this. The creature that has been going around and killing livestock in Puerto Rico. The goat sucker, also known as El Chupacabra.
Ew.
Ew?
Yeah. The Chupacabra is close to our hearts because that's in Puerto Rico, but I feel like the stories made its way up here to Arizona.
Well, it's actually a little bit of interesting history that we're about to get into. But before we do that, I want to ask you, when you think of the Chupacabra, what comes to your mind? Like, what do you picture?
I picture this rabid-looking half kangaroo, half dog, half goat, half
goat?
Like, imagine its hooves, like, instead of like kangaroo feet, like I would imagine the body would be like a kangaroo, right? Kind of hunched over, kind of like it looks like it can jump, but the feet are like hooves, like goaty kind of thing. But like its arms are like claws, like they can grab, like think like a rat, right? And then its face, you know, the one thing I can never like put into my mind of it was its face, like what that actually looks like.
You don't imagine like a dog kind of canine face, or?
Yes and no, because I think in my brain I don't want to see it. So I don't know if that's my mind blocking the fact that I don't want to look straight into the Chupacabra's face. But I would say it's some kind of like canine, evil looking monster thing, like hard to explain. I'd probably draw it better than I can explain it.
Well, what do you remember, like when do you remember first hearing about the Chupacabra? Because obviously, like, we live in the Southwest region. This is a story that permeates this area.
Mm-hmm.
So when do you first remember hearing about it?
When I want to say like earliest memories, probably when I was like 5 or 6. And mostly it was used to scare us. Our family owns some property out in the desert, and on this property, because they've had it for years before we even like made our way out there, they had this RV looking thing, and to keep us from like exploring or something, like they would tell us like the Chupacabra is gonna get you, or be careful, don't go over there, the Chupacabra. Like, so they're trying to scare us with the Chupacabra, even though they didn't have no pictures back then. Like, you can't just Google it, where my kids could Google what it looks like or things like that. Because I mean, not to say my age, but this was like in the 90s, before it was easily accessible. And so to me, I just knew something scary was going to get me if I went. But then kind of backfired, because I wouldn't, like, the bathroom was in the RV, in this old crazy looking RV, like picture what is it, The Hills Have Eyes, like it's all gross and like
It's
not.
funny because you say this, and I'm like, I'm sure I was probably there, but I have no memory of this.
Yeah, you were a lot smaller, but so I wouldn't want to go into the bathroom by myself because, well, the chupacabra is gonna get me no matter where. So I couldn't even just do regular things that they wanted me to do because I just was afraid that any corner I turned, the chupacabra was gonna be there.
Basically, it backfired on
Oh,
them.
100%.
So, how old do you think this legend is?
I don't know. I feel like it's pretty old. I feel like this is probably a tale they've been telling for many years, hundreds, I would assume.
What if I told you that the chupacabra first started originating in 1995?
What?
I figured you'd be surprised about that.
No way.
Really? So the first reported sightings articles start in Puerto Rico
Okay.
in 1995.
Okay, so maybe they were hearing the reports of it back then, because that's around the time I would
Right.
say that I remember. I was about 6, 7.
So it would have made sense that
And-
that was fresh on their brain.
Yeah,
right then.
yeah. So that's why they would use it, right? Because they saw the stories about it, and so now they're gonna scare us with it, like a fear thing to make us follow. But I thought it was a lot older than that.
So did I. Whenever I heard the story, it just sounds like one of those legends that's just been baked in for so
Mhm,
long,
mhm.
like the Coco Belly.
Mhm.
Like you just think it's been around for so long.
Right.
But
Like
turns
some
out,
tale, right?
yeah, turns out it's pretty recent.
Okay then.
And then the other thing that I learned is there's not one chupacabra. There's two different distinct chupacabras.
So I did hear that there was multiple,
Mm-hmm.
like not just a single. I almost like the Bigfoots.
Right.
I believe, or stories that I've said, like there's different types. Like one's a bloodsucker, and one does this or one does that. And I'm not keen enough to have done my own research. I'm a article title reader, not a article actual reader or doing research on the actual articles. So when they're like, oh, another chupacabra, I was like, man, there must be like 20 chupacabras now. Like,
Right. And I mean, I did see that there are some different reports of chupacabras all over the world. But for this episode, we're focusing specifically on Puerto Rico
mhm.
and Southwest regions, Mexico area.
Sure.
So, with that being said, why don't we describe some of those? So, while there are many sightings and stories about the chupacabra all throughout the world, there are two different descriptions that are both attributed to the creature. Two very different explanations. Let's start with the one in Puerto Rico that started it all in 1995.
Still blown away by the date of 1995.
This creature is described as a reptilian standing on two legs with sharp teeth and a long, slimy tongue and large, beady eyes. While it's called the goatsucker, it's been reported to have eaten goats, sheep, cats, dogs, basically livestock. There are not any available grainy photos that I could find of this specific creature, but there are plenty of sketches and drawings. Also notably, there aren't any specimen that were found dead or alive. So at most, we have the carcasses and eyewitnesses. The going theory about what caused this hysteria is a movie that had just come out at the time called Specimen. The movie is about a female alien creature that escapes a facility and is looking for a mate. It's also free on YouTube for anybody who wants to watch it. The chupacabra is said to resemble the alien from the movie, including the long tongue that comes out and sucks in the victims. In 2011, NBC wrote an article where a man named Benjamin Radford, a paranormal researcher and author, attempted to debunk this urban legend. He scoured for eyewitnesses and found that the description was a source of a woman named Madeline Tolentino. She admitted to have watched the film weeks before the sighting.
Okay, so
So actually, I have pictures for you in this episode.
oh, okay.
So if you go down, you'll see the first picture is
Ooh,
this is basically a sketch based off of the description.
that she gave.
Right. I don't know if it's directly from her description or just other people who have riffed off of it, but essentially this is the reptilian. I don't know if you want to describe it for our listeners. We'll probably put it on our Instagram.
Yeah, we'll put it on the Instagram, but it looks like almost like an iguana type face with big fly eyes. It's got those lizard kind of spikes going from its head all the way down its back. It kind of has a mannish body, not gonna lie, kind of hairy. It looks hairy, like a hairy man.
Does it?
Yeah,
I
look at
think
its chest.
well, like its arms look hairy, but I feel like the rest of its body kind of looks scaly.
Okay, I mean, I know my husband's hair looks like that on his chest.
Oh, so you think it's like more curly than scales?
Yeah, it looks like curly hair. And then like maybe hair or scales on its arms. Maybe this drawing is just because if you look at its feet, so the hands look more like hands, where the feet look more like an eagle talon.
Well, there's only like 3 toes. So.
Yeah, there's 3 toes, and then like scales on the ankles. It's kind of in a crouched down position, kind of holding on to a couple of livestock.
But the hands do have claws on them.
They
as
do
well.
have claws, and then like the mouth is like just sharp teeth with like a tongue, kind of like snake-looking tongue. The teeth kind of look vampire-ish.
Right. So now I'm going to show you a picture of the creature from that movie Specimen.
Okay.
So this, if you go down one.
Okay. I mean, that doesn't look the same to me. Like, in my opinion, I guess. She looks more like a robot-looking thing.
She does have the beady eyes.
Yeah, she does have the beady eyes. The mouth, I guess, would be sharp teeth, kind of similar.
And you don't really see it in this image because I did kind of skim through the movie to get to these parts.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, the movie doesn't really show her alien form all that much. It actually, she's, for the majority of the movie, is like human form.
Mm-hmm.
But there are like a couple scenes and they're very quick. They flash by very quick. And like you see like where she like licks out her tongue and like.
Yeah, and I mean, she looks more robot than anything because if you're looking at it, it's like very metallic-y skin. Doesn't even look scaly to me. She kind of looks like a Medusa character. I can kind of see on her back she has like the spikes like a lizard, but I wouldn't say she looks anything reptilian to me.
Okay, but can you imagine if somebody, like, just throwing it out there, somebody sees the film, weeks later, you know, they see something in the dark. Do you think it's possible that somebody who have seen this may have had their imagination create the Chupacabra?
I would think so, yes, because sometimes your mind creates things that are not there. But the fact that there's like something eating your animals and it kind of looks like this thing, you're kind of trying to put some kind of logic to it. And if it looks close enough to this alien looking woman, like that it helps you describe what it is, then I think it's a pretty valid like description point. But again, I don't think it looks similar to the other picture. But that's in my opinion.
Right, but also you have to keep in mind the picture was drawn based on the description. So what she could be describing may not necessarily be what she, like, she said she saw beady eyes, and this thing does have beady eyes.
Yeah, that's true.
And a long tongue and, you know, scaly body.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it could be just that the drawing didn't capture her vision.
Sure.
But do you think that this theory is credible, that, you know, people saw this film and then, like, the fear of it kind of just made them think of it? Like, essentially, basically, this girl sees the movie, sees something strange going on, attributes it in her brain, like makes up the fact that the Chupacabra is exactly this alien thing, and then people just run crazy with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that because it's fresh on your mind, so why not? Right?
And I feel like you wouldn't even have to do it on purpose.
No, because like I've been known like to watch a scary movie and then like you hear noises in your room in the middle of the night and you're like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be whatever it is.
And if you're just staring in the dark after you had just watched a scary movie and you see, you know how sometimes like your furniture, your clothing starts to look like
your
something.
pile of laundry that you've left there for a week now. Yeah.
And then you forget it's your pile of laundry and suddenly it's looking back at you.
No,
essentially
definitely.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that and how that would get confused and twisted in your brain, especially in a high like stress moment when you're like don't know what's going on and you're really scared. Like what else could you attribute that to? I mean, there are a lot of people that are logic brain and can be like, oh, it was just a coyote or it was just a mountain lion, right? But then there's people that you're like, absolutely not, I know what I saw, it was a scared monster. So I think it could be, it also depends on the person like seeing the actual creature.
That's very true. I mean, are you the kind of person that you see this thing in the middle of the night in your room, you get up and you turn on the lights, or are you the kind that's just like, I'm gonna hide under the blankets?
It truly depends on my mood. It depends on if I'm ready to fight something or I just want to go back to sleep. If it's in the middle of the night, mostly I'm just covering my head and going back to bed, like putting the blanket underneath my feet and my arms and my legs so I'm tucked in so it can't touch me.
I think when I was little, I was more of the like stare it down, don't want to move. And nowadays it'd be like turn on the lights, see what it is, just out of my own curiosity. I would just be like, if you're a monster, I'm too tired, just kill me. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, because I think too, I'm the person that like if I walk past a hallway and I saw something, I will go back to see if I actually saw something.
Or have you ever seen like something floating in the like side vision, and so you kind of like move your head to try to see if you can see it again?
Yes, or like recreate it. So I definitely would kind of explore. I've let go a little bit of my fears that I've had as a child to be my curiosity basically will take over versus my fear.
Well, let's move on to the second chupacabra. So the second type of chupacabra is the one that we're more familiar with.
Okay.
So this monster is more well known in the Southwest region of the United States, where we live. This creature is generally described as a hairless canine mammalian on 4 legs with pointy ears. The stories are similar to the other one, with that being livestock and carcasses found drained of blood, quote unquote. People see the carcasses and the creature, and then it gets reported and hysteria ensues.
Okay. Yep.
So, unlike the Puerto Rican chupacabra, there have been specimens found and studied. These creatures have been determined to be coyotes or dogs with mange. Do you know what mange is?
Yeah, it kind of makes them all gross and...
So essentially, mange is a contagious skin disease that causes hair loss and intense scratching, scabs, gross skin things, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It's suggested that they attack livestock as they're sick and unable to hunt normally, and that the livestock are kind of easier targets for them.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are some witnesses who claim what they saw could not have been a dog or a coyote. Like they go to their grave saying, no, that was not a dog, that was not a coyote. But notably, mange affects a wide range of animals, including bears, deers, wolves, and even humans. So, although I don't imagine anyone would confuse a human with a chupacabra, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's like sick.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I am kind of in the camp where, like, have you ever seen animals without furs? They look creepy sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
So,
they like, especially if they're sick and gross,
or like they're like malnutrition, and like sometimes they look creepy, and I can see how people like these creatures go kill the dogs, kill the livestock, kill the goats, and they're like, oh god, what is that thing? That's not a coyote, that's not a dog, but it's also like a mammalian.
Sure.
So I don't know. My vote, like, I'm not that much of a firm believer in this. I do think it's probably animals that are just really sick. What is your thoughts?
Again, logically, I just want to believe that it is some animal and it's sick and it's not some weird creature that we don't know about. But my unlogical brain is like, there's something out there. You have to be ready for it just in case.
Does the fact that you just recently learned that it's only been around since 1995, does that sway you in any way?
It makes me feel old because I feel like it's been around for a while. To me, it just, again, I'm like mind blown. It's so new. But then that could mean that there's some new disease or something that's going around that's just affecting the animals of the area. But I could see how like a sick mange dog or coyote like is more aggressive because it's hungry and just hurting and just, has these feelings and attacks these animals and doesn't care, and not afraid of humans, right? That all that stuff makes sense. Talk about rabies and things like that. So, I mean, I think it could be a dog or a coyote.
What about the other one, the lizardoid?
Yeah, that one's kind of weird. And I'm not in the Puerto Rico area to really like know what kind of animals and things they have over there. I just know where we are in the Southwest, so it's more explainable to me here.
Right.
But this lizard-looking creature, yeah, that I have no idea.
I mean, I guess kind of in the unknown camp where you don't want to say either way.
Right, because in the Puerto Rico one, where it's like you could still, if you think about it, a creature like a dog or a coyote or some kind of animal lost its fur, Like their faces could look scaly.
Like wrinkly, that makes it look
Yeah,
scaly.
they could look scaly and things like that. The size of it, now that's different. I don't know if they have like bears over there or things that are a little bit bigger.
I mean, Puerto Rico is more of like an island, no?
Yeah, so I don't know what they would have over there that would be.
But you would also think that the other point that I saw in like the argument is that if it were real, you would see more livestock. You would see it like a lot more.
That's true, like spread out, almost like the Bigfoot, I guess.
Yeah, or like more evidence of it being left behind. Like you'd see a lot more livestock being attacked, unless it's like
Or
only every once in a while it comes to do the livestock.
right, or they don't notice it as often because they could just put it out to being like, oh, coyote came and got another one, or you know what I mean?
But right,
You could easily write it
I don't know if
off.
there's coyotes in Puerto Rico.
Well, they have to have some. I mean, maybe have some kind of carnivore or something that's
We
attacking.
obviously don't know very much.
Yeah,
about
we don't.
It.
But what I guess to say is like, it's not so much of a problem that people are willing to like look at it and research and study. And I'm sure there's some Chupacabra experts or people that are trying to do those things and do believe that it's real. But I don't think it's in our algorithms to be like, look, it might be now that we're talking about it, but to be like, oh, this thing's for real, or how many reports actually are the Chupacabra versus just regular
And with
animals.
AI nowadays, you know how much harder it would be to like spot real sightings of something?
Yeah, you can create anything with AI.
But with that being said, do you know what time it is?
Game time.
It's game time. This game is called Creepy or Cryptid. How it works is I will give you a scenario, and you have to decide if it's a supposed cryptid attack or just creepy animal behavior.
Yes, can you explain to our audience what a cryptid is? Because I remember maybe last year we did cryptid trivia, and I was like, what is a cryptid?
Cryptids are basically like mythological beasts, but not like the legendary, like when you think mythological, you think like Pegasus, things like that. But cryptids are more like the Chupacabra, like Bigfoot, like things.
The Loch Ness Monster.
The Loch Ness Monster, like creatures that
More of
may or may not exist, that there have been sightings of, that a Mothman is another famous cryptid.
Okay, that's it now.
Okay, so with that, also, I'm gonna let you know, I'm gonna give you the answers for 3 of these, and then one of them I'll leave for if they want to know the answer, they have to go to our Instagram.
Okay, we have to make sure we put it on there.
Yeah. Anyway, so the first one is, several chickens are found dead inside their coop, each with crushed skulls and no missing meat. Feathers are scattered everywhere, but the bodies are neatly lined along the wall. Is this creepy or cryptid?
I feel like that's more creepy than anything. Because I feel like a cryptid would eat it. Unless it was just doing it to kill.
That's a possibility.
But I think it's more creepy than a cryptid.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That is correct. That's normal animal behavior. So this is attributed to raccoons, who often kill multiple animals, crush their heads, leave their bodies uneaten in confined spaces. So yeah, apparently raccoons are like one of the main dangers for chicken coops.
They're creepy.
Okay, this is the next one. There is a commotion for a flock of sheep in the middle of the night. One is found dead from blunt force trauma, with no visible bite marks. The ground around the body shows heavy trampling, but no signs of a chase. Creepy or cryptid?
It just sounds like a sheep herder went off his rocker and decided just to kill one of his sheep.
But it's not human in this, so it would have to be either animal behavior or a cryptid.
I want to say animal behavior. I think they were just fighting.
You think they were fighting?
Yeah.
Well, this is normal animal behavior.
Okay.
So sheep can die from stress or being trampled during the night panics triggered by predators they never see.
Wow. Poor little sheep.
Yeah, they're apparently triggered very easily. Okay.
That's my spirit animal.
So this next one. Several goats are found dead inside a barn, positioned facing the same direction with no signs of feeding or forced entry. The animals appear to have died where they stood. Creepy or cryptid?
Don't goats faint?
I think they can faint.
But they're still standing and dead?
It says standing and dead.
Hmm.
Well, no, it says died where they stood, so. I don't know. Interpret that how you will.
I want to say animal behavior because I've heard that goats do faint and maybe they die that way. I don't know. I don't know enough about goats to really know.
Well, this one's cryptid.
Interesting.
So this one's inspired by folklore tied to like the Wendigo and other entities.
The what?
The Wendigo.
The what?
Oh, you don't know what a Wendigo is?
I don't know what a Wendigo is.
Keep that in mind, listeners. We may be talking about a Wendigo soon.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, can we do a video game thing where you play a game with the Wendigo?
I mean, we can.
Oh, that'd be so much fun.
I mean, for you, maybe.
Watching you play it?
Yeah. We'd have to record it. We'd be streamers now.
Oh, maybe. Anyways, I'll explain what a Wendigo is later. Essentially, it's just a cryptid, but essentially, these are cryptids that are associated with fear-induced paralysis and abnormal herd behavior. So they basically kill it just by looking at it, right?
Oh, ew.
Okay, so for this last one, if you want the answer, you need to go to Instagram. But this one is, several ducks are found drowned in a pond enclosure with no visible injuries, no signs of a struggle on land, and the water shows disturbed sediment near the edges, but the fence remains intact. Creepy or cryptid?
That sounds a little cryptidy. I feel like we talked about like Mothman, how something could fly in, kill him, fly away. I think this is a cryptid.
She thinks it's a cryptid. I guess to find out, tune in. But let that tale sink into the embers of the fire as this episode of Campfire Bites concludes. Tune in next time for some more.
If you've got theories or secrets of your own, send them to us on Instagram at Society of BS or tag #Society of BS or #Campfire Bites so the others can find you. Thank you for joining us here at A Beautiful Sunday Podcast. I'm Christine.
And I'm Seleena.
This is another tale for the archives. Heart open, mind odd, sun high.
And if you're still hearing whispers after the credits, maybe you were meant to.